What is something nobody warns people about enough when it comes to having kids? There's a very good chance they won't turn out like you think. You have to parent the kid you have. The books are fine for ideas, your experience, friends' thoughts, pediatricians, therapists. But at the end of it all, you have this complicated little person you're in charge of with their own preferences, feelings, insecurities, abilities, and you have to do what works for them and your family and, of course, also raise someone who isn't a blight on humanity or menace to society. When they grow older, you don't have a private life anymore. They stay awake longer than you. The days are long and the years are so very short. How important the years between 7 and 12 are for building a bond, one that lasts into the teenage years. They are so hard to listen to at that age with all the starts and stops in conversation, and they talk about the most boring things, but it is so important to listen and converse at those ages. They will grow into teenagers that will talk to you, and be fun to talk to, but only if you can get through long boring conversations about Minecraft or whatever thing they are currently into. Once they get out of the toddler stage, it can become extremely worrisome and time-consuming to parent them to become good people. They start asking questions, and they form their own opinions. It's a very delicate balance between trying to get them to listen to important things and trying to get them to become more independent. It makes you think you are constantly messing it all up. It can be very hard to find a balance. Practicing diapers on a doll doesn't count. You're ready when you can do it on a cat. I once had to explain to the older child that we don't touch other people's private parts while nursing the baby. The boundaries change at different ages and it's hella confusing for the older one. Parenthood does not end when they turn 18. It's for the rest of your life. You will never sleep the same again. It's just different levels of fear and worries as they get older. Also, I stupidly thought once I had a child I would automatically know how to parent. You're the same dummy before and after having a child, and you realize how much your parents were winging it. For me, I stopped having a chance to think anything through without interruption. I had a very hard time with that. I couldn't remember anything, couldn't make decisions, etc. because every thought seemed to get interrupted. I'd just sit in my car alone sometimes so I could think. It is one of the 2 or 3 most absolute and permanent decisions you can make in life. Once you have kids, you have kids. No going back, no choosing differently, no letting time pass to heal any wounds. Not saying this is good or bad. It's just a permanent decision, if you don't take giving them up for adoption into account. Nothing prepared me for the sheer unrelentingness of parenting. Every day for many years has to be finished with a dinner/bath/bed routine that takes 2 hours, regardless of how tired, upset or unwell you are. Difficult enough if you've been at work all day, yes, but also if you're on holidays and got a little bit sunburnt, or been to a family wedding and overeaten, or spent the day assembling IKEA furniture and are just exhausted. As a childless adult you could occasionally say I'm just having takeaway tonight, and flop in front of the TV until bedtime. As a parent, that's not an option. You can lose who you are while you're raising them, but it's so important to take time for yourself to keep this from happening. Also, that you have to teach them to pull their pants up. I knew I would have to teach how to use the potty, eat, tie shoes, etc., but I was so caught off guard about having to explain how to pull pants up when getting dressed. It's a tricky maneuver for littles. Everything you say or do is being watched and shaping the personality of another human being, and if you duck up, you duck them up as well.